Hello, my name is Marcus, and welcome to my channel. As you know, I am an avid fan of Universal Studios, Epic Universe, Super Nintendo World. This story that has come across my pantheon definitely caught my attention for sure, so I figured I'd talk about it today. Let me give off a fair warning here. It does involve minors, and it does involve the special needs. I'm not going to use any imagery of the family that is within question here. Also not going to use any names. You can just go to Google if you are interested in that information, but for me, I'm just going to tell you the story and then I'm going to give you my thoughts. So let's get started. So a couple of weeks ago at Epic Universe, Super Nintendo World, a mother with her special needs child, definitely on the spectrum. It doesn't specify which illness the child has, but if I had to take an educated guess, it's going to be autism. She's 7 years old and they are in the store, and according to a statement made from the mother, she is about to have a full-on breakdown. I mean, if you've ever witnessed an autism breakdown, it's nothing to play around with. It can get dangerous pretty fast. I worked retail security for almost 10 years, so I've definitely seen it before. And actually, through that retail security training, you actually do get trained, at least where I worked at, to be able to handle those types of situations. So the mom felt the breakdown coming, so the child grabbed a Mario keychain. It's cost $16, and it didn't help, and they still felt the breakdown coming. The line to purchase it was very long, so the dad of the child ripped the barcode off of the keychain and started to take it to the register to pay for it, while mom escorted the child with the keychain out of the store to prevent the full-on meltdown. So as dad takes the barcode to go pay for it, and mom takes the child out of the store with the keychain. Now, technically they haven't paid for it yet, but anybody with a logical thinking brain could probably see a breakdown getting ready to happen and will probably most likely understand the parent's dilemma here. You know, if you were utilizing proper security measures or camera work for that matter. So a security guard within Epic Universe apparently saw this in motion and stopped the child and the mother, essentially full-on stopped them for shoplifting, and escorted them to the security office of Epic Universe and ended up kicking them out of the park. You know, they ended up calling the Orange County Sheriff's Department as well for a $16 keychain, mind you, $16 keychain. So I worked retail security for almost 10 years. And from that perspective, we had a limit if we stopped somebody for shoplifting, that if it was anything under $20, that we needed to just give them a warning and just let them go. We didn't call the police for anything under $20 because it just wasn't worth the police's time. Maybe Epic Universe has a different bit of a policy going on here, but you know, it's just, especially in 2026, $16, a Mario keychain just doesn't seem to be worth a whole lot of money and worth that much trouble. So automatically, it just seems a bit odd to me for sure, 1000%. A tidbit that I don't want to leave out, apparently they interrogated this family for 30 minutes as well. Now, to play devil's advocate, as I always like to do, did the security guard witness all 5 steps of shoplifting? Began observation, selection, concealment, where in this case it's not a concealment, but the ripping off the barcode and walking out of the store, that could be concealment, continued observation, and exiting the store with the product. Was all 5 steps of apprehension witnessed by the security guard? Probably, but it's a child and it's only $16. Sometimes as a security officer, you have to add some sort of a human element into a situation like this. As you were observing them throughout your 5 steps of apprehension, you should have noticed that the child is in distress. You should have noticed that the dad ripped off the barcode and literally started to head towards the register. So most retail stores that's in the security office, they have a camera system called PTZs. This is a 360 style motion camera that can be rotated around and zoomed in and panned out to see exactly what's going on within the retail store. You know, I can't speak for Epic Universe. I've never worked security for Epic Universe before, but if I had to take an educated guess, I would assume that it probably has the same kind of security system that your major retailer camera systems would have to prevent shoplifting. So with that in mind, and also adding on to the fact that I highly doubt that it was only one security guard on duty during that particular time as well. It's 9 times out of 10, it's usually at least 2 security guards on duty. So it's usually one walking the floor, usually one on camera. So there should have been a communication between the 2 security officers to say like, hey, wait a minute, don't make that stop. I can see dad actually going to the register to pay for the merchandise. So let's not make that stop. Let's just hold on and see what he does. So it was just definitely a jumping the gun situation where maybe if they would have put a little bit more thought into making that stop, this could have been prevented. But honestly, you know, like I said, if I'm playing devil's advocate, I would not have made that stop just because of how young the minor was. She was only 7, clearly on the spectrum. Your job as a security officer in a retail store or a theme park, if I had to take an educated guess, was to maintain the peace, correct? So definitely not maintaining the peace here, that's for sure. But again, to play devil's advocate, looking at it from the perspective of the security officer, maybe it was an entry level, maybe he just got the job, maybe he's trying to prove himself, maybe he's trying to showcase that he's willing to make the tough choices. This is where it gets muddy, this is where it gets weird. When you're trying to prove yourself in a career like this, it's making those tough choices like this where sometimes upper management will actually notice you and think about a promotion for you. Now, was this a call that should have been made to get the recognition by the higher ups? No. If I had to take an educated guess, all of the controversy that this story has brought on, I'd be shocked if that security officer has not already have been terminated. Here's where it gets weird. So after the parents and the 7-year-old child get booted out of the park by, you know, Epic Universal Security and the Orange County Police Departments, it's just so many wrong decisions made by so many different people here. They get a 1-year ban, and then when they get home, I've never heard of this before. Universal Studios sends them a $200 civil suit case to their home demanding that they pay because of the damages that they caused to the park. So there's nothing that I've heard from this story so far saying that they caused damage to the parks. They just took a $16 keychain. Now, I don't know if it got paid for. I don't know if dad paid for it or had the opportunity to pay for it. Sounds like the security guard had already stopped mom and the child, and he probably saw the commotion and probably left the barcode as he was trying to explain the situation. I'd be shocked if the child didn't have a full-on meltdown right there as well. So traumatic. I mean, I've stopped at least 1,000 shoplifters during my career. Side note, obviously, I'm a content creator now. I do not work retail security anymore, for anybody that was wondering. But for having a career where I stopped at least 1,000 shoplifters, I'm telling you, that is a very traumatic experience if there are children involved, especially if it's parents stealing and the children are just with them. It's really scary, especially for the younger ones, man. So I definitely feel bad for the child that was involved in the situation, especially with her being special needs. It's such an unfortunate situation that happened. It really is, especially at the theme park that's supposed to be super happy, and it happened in the Super Mario section, the section specifically designed for kids. It's just rough, man. It's really rough. So lo and behold, the mom ended up being an associate of Morgan & Morgan, the attorney's office. Obviously, it was so egregious that her boss took on the case and is counteracting a civil suit against Universal, demanding that they get rid of the 1-year ban and also demanding that they pay the mom's legal fees, because obviously the legal fees are starting to build up for her, because obviously she's fighting Universal on the 1-year ban and not having to pay the $200 civil suit, because it's just wrong. I mean, it's just not right, man. So hopefully Epic Universal Studios in general can utilize this as a severe learning experience to not or at least to provide better training to their security officers so that they don't make a rash decision like that. Coming from my own personal experience, putting the pressure on your security officers to make apprehensions for shoplifting, even on small dollar amounts like that, it's not good, man. You need to redirect that, maybe bump it up to like 50, especially at a theme park, because even the cheapest stuff is going to be over $20. So I mean, you're going to be making arrests for people that's got like 2 candy bars. So you definitely need to rework that training for sure. Because I mean, to be completely honest, with my experience, man, when I can remember adamantly when I would make small dollar apprehensions like that, like right around $20 or $25 or so, I would always notice somebody walking around with like $100 or $200 worth of merchandise in the car, where I know for a fact, I'm like, this mother effer is not going to pay for that. He's not going to pay. But since I'm stuck making this apprehension for the $20, now I miss out on the freaking dude that's about to walk out of the store with $200-$300 worth of merchandise. I swear that's how it always happens. 10 years experience, trust me. But yeah, man, it's just so unfortunate. This is a very unfortunate situation. It definitely spurred me to talk about it. My love for Universal Studios in general, my love for Nintendo, and my experience in my previous career as a loss prevention worker. So sucks, dude. So hopefully, like I said, Universal can take this as a learning experience and help with that. I'd be shocked if that family does not receive a major settlement, a major payout. They're going to get paid, because it's some severe emotional distress to the mom and dad and to the child. Okay, recap for the parents. What did we learn? Next time, maybe grab a cast member, explain the situation to them before you just walk out of the store with merchandise. Probably would have prevented this situation. Would it have been necessary? Probably not, especially at a theme park that makes hundreds of thousands of dollars per day. Universal, what did we learn from this situation? Maybe don't apprehend children under the age of 7, especially if they're special needs. At least, assess the situation more thoroughly before you decide to make that apprehension. Also, don't make apprehensions for something that's just $16. That's not worth your time. You make $1 bajillion every day. Why? That's crazy talk. Also, maybe reconsider the training of your security officers to not make those apprehensions. You need to raise that dollar amount. Also, you need to train your security officers to recognize if a child is suffering from special needs. That is not hard training. Believe me, it's very easy to diagnose and see what's going on. So trust me, it can easily be done. You can add that into your homegrown training that you provide to your security officers that you hire. Okay, that should about wrap us up. Definitely what the goal of this video was to teach, give life experience, hopefully for both sides, so that a situation like this will not happen again. We come to these theme parks to have a good time, to go on vacation, to unwind, and just enjoy life, not to be traumatized. With that, we'll end it there. So what I want to know now is your thoughts. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you think the parents should have been more careful? Do you think Universal was right in making that apprehension? I want to know. Let me know in the comment section below, man. I want to have a good, cool discussion about this, truly. Okay, as always, you can follow me at youtube.com/marjack79. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I take my family to Disney, Universal Studios, so on and so forth, multiple times a year. Make sure you get subscribed so you don't miss out on the content, man. So as always, thank you guys for the years of support, and I will see y'all on the next one. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.